Hi, I'm Beth Neville, and I'm a member of the 350th Anniversary Committee for the Town of Milton. As soon as I found out that I was going to be appointed to the committee, I decided that I wanted to make a blue commemorative plate. It's remarkable, when I show people the plate, a lot of people think that it was done by a computer. No, it was not done by a computer. It was done with a pen, by my personal drawing. It took me 4 months to draw the design for the plate, and one of the reasons was I had to continually modify my drawings, adding more imagery at the edge, particularly the skies, adding more foliage. Sometimes I would have to add another pine tree over here. It was a constant addition of more lines, more textures, more sky, more clouds, whatever it took, so that the house itself would be sitting within this very peculiar shape. How did we choose the images to go on the plate? We wanted to include history, and that ended up being the Suffolk Resolves House, where one of the first documents for the Revolutionary War was signed at this house called the Suffolk Resolves. It was done in 1774. We wanted to include the political history of Milton. So we included this church. This is First Parish Unitarian Church, where it was the site of one of the earliest town meetings. Then we wanted to include the beauty of Milton. So that, many different possible things there, but we chose the Milton Hill view out towards Boston, a beautiful view in Milton. We wanted to represent industry, so we chose the Walter Baker Chocolate Factory, which is partially in Dorchester and partially in Milton, and a very fantastic historical building with a long history of making very delicious chocolate. We wanted to include education, so we chose here the newest building in Milton, which is the Milton High School, and we have an old image of one of the oldest buildings in Milton, no longer standing, which was the founding of Milton Academy. We wanted to include service to Milton, and there we went to, I chose the Civil War Memorial. And I wanted to include more than people who have died in the service of their country. So I invented a phrase that I'm really very proud of. I love to say, I really like this phrase. And it is, in memory of Milton citizens who served their town and country in war and peace. So I wanted to enlarge the idea of service to include more than just the military. This is the Civil War monument that is near Town Hall. Then we have a museum, culture. This is the Captain Forbes House, so that helps to represent our culture. We're very proud of our Milton Library. So here's the Milton Public Library, established in 1870. Organizing the plate is very complex. We have 8 segments here. How am I going to do it? We take the circle and divide it sort of like a pizza with a shape in the middle. So that's the basic concept. Now the next step is to try to decide what is going to go inside each one of these segments. And these little schematic drawings cut out, pasted down, indicate where I've decided I'm going to put the 8 primary, most important images. Then the next step, to clarify it even further, a little bit more deliberately to make sure that I have things exactly where I want them to be. You will notice that the church originally was over here. The church is like a big wedge coming up. So it just seemed obvious that the church should be here. And then the eagle with its big, broad, spread wings up at the top clearly should be the symbol that surmounts the plate. So we go up here and then we go out there. Then we needed to have 2 kind of parallel or flat horizon lines. Clearly the sea and the building should go here. We're going to take the example of the Civil War Memorial Rock with the eagle on top as an example. So you'll notice in my drawing that the shape of the rock is generally the same as it is here. But how to depict the eagle? Here the eagle is just sort of a black shape. We need to delineate that in a way that will be intelligible when it's on the plate. The memorial wreath, I enlarged that much bigger. Wanted to make the ribbon very dramatic and large. And I certainly wanted to have the two American flags be very prominent and dominant. Then I've always loved drawing plants. So to get the feeling for hostas, what's the difference between a hostas and an azalea and a tree? And over here I incorporated a tree that it's a subtle touch, but I really enjoy this. This is a weeping willow, which in the 19th century was a symbol for grief, often used in memorial artwork for people who've died. I want to say that it was a great privilege for me to be able to design this plate, and I was happy to donate my services and my design to the town of Milton. If you have any interest in buying this plate, you can call me up personally. My telephone number is 617-698-6112. You can also purchase it by going to the Town of Milton Selectman's office. And I want to point out that all proceeds benefit a legacy gift for the Town of Milton as a remembrance of a wonderful 350th anniversary.